Okay everybody, so today we're going to be making a real simple and classic sandwich, and that is the fried shrimp po' boy, right along with some spicy remoulade sauce. I'm going to make the remoulade sauce first, and then we're going to fry up that shrimp and put it on a fresh French bun. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that, especially during the summer. You want something simple, but you want something really good. This is the sandwich to make. Take a look. First, we're going to start off by making our spicy remoulade sauce. So in the bowl, I have some mayo and some Creole mustard. And then I chopped up some green onions and a clove of fresh garlic. And I put that in. Then we're going to add some prepared horseradish. And this is going to give a nice spicy kick in addition to the hot sauce we're going to add. So I'm going to throw a little bit of that in. Then I'm going to follow up with some kosher salt. And you can always season with salt to taste. And then after that, we're going to add some hot sauce. Again, you can use your favorite hot sauce. It's not an issue at all. And you can add more than the recipe says. I'm adding a couple of teaspoons, but feel free to add a little more if you want some more kick. And then I'm going to follow up with some Grand Diamond all-purpose seasoning, which you can find at gdseasoning.com. This seasoning you're going to see in all points of this recipe, and that's because it's going to save us from having to use a bunch of different seasonings. So that all-in-one is really going to do its job here. Then we're going to finish up the remoulade sauce with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice and then give it a stir. Just in case some of you are not too keen on a spicy remoulade sauce, I am going to list a recipe for a homemade tartar sauce that I have. So you can choose between the two. Now we're going to move on to our shrimp. I am using tiger prawns, and they're quite large. If you can see, they're sort of like the span of my hand. I'm just going to quickly show you how to clean them. You're going to use a paring knife, and then you're going to take the shell off of the shrimp. And then what you're going to do is take the paring knife and run it along the back of the shrimp. And the deeper you make that cut, the more the shrimp will open while you're cooking. But right now what we're getting at is that vein in the back right there. And we need to clean that out. So you want to do that to all your shrimp. If you buy these shrimp in the shell, they're going to have to be deveined and cleaned. Alright, so now it's time to turn our attention to our breading, which consists of all-purpose flour, cornmeal, cayenne pepper, some Grand Diamond all-purpose seasoning, some kosher salt, and black pepper. It's a pretty straightforward breading. As a matter of fact, some of you wrote me in the past and said that you were allergic to shrimp. So what you can do is swap out the shrimp for this recipe and use oysters or even your favorite fish like catfish, red snapper, or filet of sole. Any choice will do. Now we're going to quickly put our batter together, and it just consists of buttermilk, eggs, GDS, and granulated garlic. And that's only because I like some extra garlic and I like putting it in the batter because I'm going to let the shrimp hang out in there for about 10 or 15 minutes. You can let the shrimp hang out a little longer if you like, but this was my chance to add more of that garlic punch, so I added some granulated garlic. Just to give you guys a helpful hint, if you know you're going to make this recipe on a specific day, what you can do is make the spicy remoulade sauce the night before. You can also make the batter the night before. Then you can also make the breading the night before and just put it in an airtight container. That way, the day of, all you really have to do is deal with the seafood that you're going to be cooking. Time for the shrimp to go in the batter. So we're just going to throw those shrimp in there, and you can let them hang out as long as you need to. I let them go about 15 minutes when I'm kind of in a hurry to get the dish done, but you can let it hang out for longer. Then you're going to move it over to your breading and work in batches, okay? Just don't put everything in there at the same time because you want to make sure all the shrimp is evenly coated. Now once all the shrimp are evenly coated, now you can shake off the excess, and then I let them hang out on a rack, and that's to allow the breading to adhere to the shrimp itself. Now this is also a good practice to do with chicken, because you want to just let them hang out. You don't have to put them directly into the fryer at this point because you want the coating to stick to the meat itself. Also, let me state, just because I know some of you are beginners, once you're done frying everything you want to fry for this particular recipe and you're done for the day, put your breading in the trash. Do not put it back into your fresh canister with the rest of your cornmeal or your flour. Now all I did was add the shrimp to some hot vegetable oil, which is over medium-high heat. And we're just going to let them fry for 2 to 4 minutes or just until they curl up. Now while the shrimp are frying, I have something else I want to share with you. All right, guys, so Audible.com is running a special promotion. They're offering a free 30-day trial membership along with a free audiobook. All you have to do is go to audible.com/CookingWithCarolyn. You can float through over 150,000 titles, find your favorite one, and then download it. You can download it to your phone or your other favorite mobile device, and then that way you can listen anytime you want. Anytime, any place. If you're anything like me, I spend a lot of time in the car, so this was right up my alley. I just downloaded it to my phone. I plug it in when I get in the car, and then I can listen to the book I'm listening to right now. And right now I'm listening to a book by Maya Angelou entitled Hallelujah, the Welcome Table. And of course it's talking about memories we have over our lifetime, along with the recipes or the foods that invoke that particular memory. So it's kind of interesting. So you can do the same. You can go to audible.com/CookingWithCarolyn, find your favorite book, and listen to it anytime you want. Go check it out. Now that our shrimp are done, I'm just going to take them out. Don't they look great? Nice and crispy, very lightly breaded. That breading is not too heavy to overtake the shrimp. You'll be able to actually taste the shrimp, and we're just going to let them drain onto a paper towel. Now we're going to need a vehicle to carry all this delicious shrimp. That's right, French bread. This French bread was fresh. I mean, it was just baked that day. I just gave it a nice slice down the side. Then I cut it in half. And that way it was ready for me to build the sandwich. Now I'm just going to put on some of that spicy remoulade sauce we made. Just slather that on both sides. Put as much or as little as you want. And then we're going to add the lettuce and tomato. And that's all I'm putting. Now if you have other toppings that you like to put, of course, add them. But I'm just going to go with some fresh romaine lettuce and a few slices of fresh tomato. Then finally, I'm going to add the shrimp that we fried. Now I allotted about 6 to 7 shrimp per sandwich. And you can figure all that out when you're buying your shrimp, and depending on what size shrimp you use, you would have to figure out how many shrimp you would want to put on each sandwich. So I'm just going to pile those on, and the sandwich is done. That's it. I hope that you guys found this recipe easy and approachable, but most of all, I hope you enjoy it when you do give it a try. Thanks for joining me, and remember, these recipes can be found at gdseasoning.com, and I'll see you next time.